Let's begin with the right leg in front of the left, just sitting cross-legged. And let yourself settle into the space. For now, let's just close the eyes. Finding the breath. And giving yourself permission to be gentle this morning with your body. I know some of us are dealing with recent injuries, so give yourself permission to be gentle to your body. Everything we do is going to be gentle in this class, and it's designed to set us up to step into what looks like it's going to be a beautiful beginning of summer day. All right, so let's go ahead and blink the eyes open, maybe a couple times. And then we'll simply turn our palms face up and inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale the hands to heart. That's all. We're just going to do this many times. You can either look straight ahead or you can gaze up. Moving motion with breath. And this is also just a nice way to center yourself and get ready for practice. Let's go through one more after this one, I meant. So this will be the last one. Inhale all the way up, stretch the palms overhead and then bring them directly back in front of your chest. Once again, close your eyes. And we're just grateful for another day where our heart is beating, where our lungs are working, and that we're alive and thankful. And again, blink your eyes open. Let's go ahead and stretch the arms up one more time. And this time we're going to let the right arm fall off to the right and lean right. We'll come up and fall left. So we're going to do this many times. And try to make sure that your sits bones are firmly planted on your mat. So motion with breath, again, movement with breath. Move at your own pace. It doesn't have to be mine. And then the next time that we allow that right hand to fall to the mat, let's go ahead and we'll hold this for 4 breaths. And I'm going to count slow. 1, 2. You can move your head so that your neck feels good. 3. And 4, enjoy that last bit of stretch, and then up we go. And let's take it gently now off to the left. And we're going to stay here for 4 breaths. Look up or down, whatever feels good to you. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Enjoy that last breath, that last stretch. And then we come all the way up. Hands down. Let's recross the legs so that the left leg is in front now. And here I would like you to just let your right ear drop towards your right shoulder. And if it's coming up like this, let your right shoulder melt down. Just getting a nice gentle neck stretch. Now we'll come back up where we started, and then we'll let the left ear fall gently down towards the left shoulder, which is dropping down away from it. Good, and then we'll come back up again. Now gently tilt your chin up and look up. Get a nice stretch in your neck, front of your throat. And then gently let your chin drop and tuck, getting that stretch now in the back of the neck. Now we'll come back up and repeat. Look up, let the chin come up, head falls back, throat opens. Now chin tucks, back of neck stretches. Now you can either make half circles with your head, side to side, or if you want, you can make a full circle, several in each direction. So it's totally your choice. And you have permission to be very gentle with yourself. Finishing up the neck circles, either full or half, coming back up to center. And let's take the hands behind us now so that the fingers point towards the hips and we press the shoulder blades towards one another and let the chest lift. Maybe even let the head fall back here, if that feels good to you. And then we'll slowly come up and walk the fingers forward, the hands forward, so they press down on the floor. Any amount that you want to walk your hands forward. Find a flat back for a breath, and then relax your body. Here for 3 breaths. 1, 2, 3. Take it back up, and you can recross your legs if you'd like when you get up. So once again, we're sitting upright. Now let's open the arms as wide out as we can, like you have wings. Spread your fingers too. So please spread your fingertips too, and feel like someone is pressing your palms back. And let those wings open. So we're going to go ahead and move into eagle arms now. So, or not eagle arms, sorry. We're going to hug. We're going to take the right arm over the left, and we're going to hold the shoulders, and then sitting up tall, let your shoulders drop down away from your earlobes again. And then if you'd like, a slight tuck of the chin. Good way to watch your lungs at work. Watch your body breathing. Last breath to finish this one, and pay attention to what arm is on top, because we're going to open the wings again. Here we go. Open those arms, press those palms back. And now we should be hugging ourselves with the left arm over the right. Again, sitting up tall and dropping or maybe pulling gently the shoulders down away from your ears. And then if you'd like, a slight tuck of your chin. Last breath. All right, excellent. And then once again, open the wings. And this time, take the arms all the way up, just like we did at the beginning. Let your palms press, and then hands to your heart again. All right, we're going to move now to our table position, directly into our tabletop position. And we're going to, your toes can be tucked or flat. We're just going to warm up now with some hip bumps. I'd suggest your feet flat. So we're just going to wag the hips from left to right, getting some motion in the hips and more mobility. You can move nice and slow or faster. It's up to you. There's no right way to do it. Maybe looking over the opposite shoulder. For example, when your hips fall left, you look over your right shoulder. When your hips fall right, you look over your left shoulder. Let's do one more on each side. And then we'll come back to tabletop. And if your knees need to be a little more behind you, that's fine, because we're going to move into those hip circles. So just start to grind the hips in a big or a small circle. You can make it as gentle as you'd like. Just sort of your own freestyle movement in one direction so far. Let's switch directions about now. Just getting that mobility, movement, and slowing down. Now take your two big toes together and sit back gently into an extended child's pose. Forehead rests on the mat if possible. Fingers forward, toes point back. Take some big rejuvenating breaths here. Eyes can be open or shut. And then we will start to come up to our fingertips and walk the fingers gently now off to the right side. You can stay on fingertips or lower down like we were in extended child's pose, head on the ground. Back up and walk your hands to the middle and off to the left. Either stay on fingertips or release. And back to the middle. Now come up to tabletop slowly. And we will wave our spine now with some more movement. So drop your belly and lift your tail and your gaze. So you'll find yourself in a nice cow pose. Now, pull the belly up, back up, and tuck the chin towards the chest, and you'll be in a cat. Now move through both of them any pace that feels right for you this morning. Last one of each. And back to neutral tabletop. I'm going to just move my widespread fingers, my hands about a handprint forward as I tuck my toes and gently lift my hips in the air for downward dog and free movement here. And I'm just going to hold my down dog, trying to gently encourage my heels to touch the mat. If you want to do that, you can, or continue your free movement. You can try opening your eyes and looking back behind your heels, or you can close your eyes. You can shake out your head. Downward facing dog. All right, and then we're going to lower back down to the tabletop position. And let's come down to our forearms and send the legs back one at a time and come down to your hips and your belly. And once you do, you'll be in your Sphinx position. So we're on our elbows, our wrists, our palms, and our forearms. Again, shoulders relaxing. You can gaze down at the top of your mat or straight ahead, or you can move your head again if you need some more movement. What are you feeling in your back? Let's take one more inhale breath and one more exhale breath, and then come to bring your palms closer now, right under your shoulders, and pull your elbows in. Your toes point straight back, and we curl up into a cobra pose, low or not so low, it's up to you. And then we come down. We're going to do that 4 more times. And the elbows are squeezing in. Inhale breaths as we come up. Exhale breaths as we come down. I forgot to count, so let's do 2 more. And again, permission to do a low cobra. I'm going to do a low one on the last one. And with a big exhale breath, come all the way down. Now, please stretch your arms back and interlace your fingers right above your tailbone. Hold on tight, and then raise your, raise your interlaced hands and raise your head. Your toes press down on the ground. Last big inhale. And as we exhale, we release, bring the palms back near the shoulders, and find your way back to an extended child's pose. Your big toes together, join together, sit back over your heels, arms forward. Big inhalations, big exhalations. Okay, we're going to come up gently, tabletop position again. And then we're going to stretch the right leg back and press the ball of the right foot into the mat behind us to lengthen out and open up that right leg. Hopefully you can see I'm having camera issues here. With our next breath, enjoy that last stretch of the right leg, and then we're going to step it forward to low lunge. If it doesn't come forward by itself, use your right hand. And then slowly rise up, gently bring both hands to rest on that right thigh for a breath or two. Permission to drop and release your hips. And then with one hand on top of the other, raise both arms, either straight up or a little back bend. 4 breaths. And again, I'm counting slow. 1, 2, 3, and 4 to release our hands to the ground. And then our half split, balancing on the right heel, and the hips are falling back. 4 breaths here. You can flex your right foot. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Back up to lunge and then back to table. Now we'll do the left side. So the left leg stretches long behind us, pressing into the foot, into the ball of the foot. Really, you can move or be still, just really trying to open up gently the back of your leg. And then we get ready to bring the left foot for low lunge. And come up, hands planted on top of that left knee. You'll notice one is my right hand is on top of my left, and then I'm just raising my arms either directly up or back. 4 breaths. Permission to let your hips drop, pelvis heavy. 1, 2, 3. Lifting up out of your hips though. 4, and then moving down into half splits pose. 4 breaths. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Back to low lunge and back to tabletop. Getting ready for our second downward dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Free movement of your choice. You can bend one leg at a time. You can bend both legs and straighten them. You can come up to your toes and then down to your heels. Free movement. Good. And then we're going to look forward at that space between our palms and take as many little baby steps as you'd like, or maybe 1 or 2 big ones. I felt like taking baby steps today. So that your feet meet your hands. Bend your legs and take a forward fold. Now we're going to find flat back, either fingertips on the mat or hands on the leg. Then we're going to take our forward fold, legs bent, head hangs, flat back. Let's go one more time, forward fold. All right, last one, flat back and forward fold. Roll up inch by inch, taking your time. And once your head is up, a big sweep of the arms up overhead, and then hands draw to your heart. I'm just going to move my mat back a little bit. All right, so please be at the front of your mat and let your hands be on your hips. We're going to lift the left foot and carefully step it back for a high crescent lunge. Your left heel is off the mat, and then raise your arms. A little bit of balance. All right, from high crescent, we're going to add a twist. Left arm forward, look forward, and right arm works its way back. So for now, we're looking forward, but if you feel balanced enough to turn your head, go ahead and do that. Look to your right. That's it. Good job. Everybody back to that crescent lunge, arms up, and then big exhale breath. Let your hands find your hips and step up to the front of your mat. Same thing on the other side. Our hands are on our hips. Weight is on the left foot. We step back with the right foot leg. Right heel is in the air. Crescent lunge. This is good for our feet as well. Stretching out the arches and then moving into our twist to the left with wide open wings. Last big inhale and exhale breath to come back to lunge, arms up. And then hands find the hips again, and we step back up to the front of the mat. All right, let's open wide now, facing the long edge of your mat. And hands are on the hips for now, and then we swim them behind us. Once again, lace up the fingers and look up, lift your gaze. Slight back bend, and then be gentle as you fold forward, maybe halfway or maybe further. And you can either keep your hands clasped or release them to the mat or to your legs or ankles. Let's take one more breath together here. And then let your hands find your waist and slowly and be gentle come all the way up. Good. Step to the front of your mat again. Have your hands on your waist. All right, we're just going to roll up and down, heels and toes a few times. Before we put the shoes on today, it's good to do that. And then come to a more grounded position. We're going to step back with that left foot again, but this time we're going to take warrior one. So put the whole left foot gently on the ground and spread your toes. Inhale, reach your arms up. You can look down or straight in front of you or up at the ceiling. You can skip the next part, or you can do it just for the heck of it. We're in warrior one now. Now let's move into warrior three. So that involves bringing our arms forward, or maybe even clasping our hands and trying to put the weight on the right leg. And maybe you're practicing it by just keeping that back toe on the mat, or maybe you're ready to lift it in the air. Hold it for 2 more breaths. Relax your jaw and everything on your face. Good. And then come to mountain pose, hands to your heart. All right. Drop your hands down. And again, hands to your waist. We'll roll up and down on our feet, heels and toes, heels and toes. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So get ready for stepping the right foot back for warrior pose 1 and raising your arms up. Spreading the toes of that back foot. Try to have the left knee right above your ankle. Again, this is just the other side, but the same pose, warrior 1. And you can skip the balance, the warrior 3, or we can go into it together. So just practicing here. 4 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then step back, down, right foot near the left for mountain. Just release your arms. All right, let's take some circles with the arms. It can be big or small. Circling the arms, the wings. Excellent. Okay. All right, let's once again step out wide. Take another fold forward. This time hands can be on your hips or clasp. You choose. Stand up tall, lift the crown. And then exhale, fold forward. Hands can touch the legs, the ankles, or anywhere that feels good to you. You can walk them out in front. 4 breaths. Still working on the backs of the legs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hands to the waist and gently bring it all the way back up. Heel toe the feet back in. Step the feet together. And once again, up and down on the toes. Heels, toes, stretching out the feet. Okay, we'll walk to the front of the mat again. We're going to inhale, raise the arms all the way overhead. And gently, be gentle with yourself as we bend the legs and just fold back to that forward fold. Hold on to your elbow or bicep. Your knees are bent. Sway or be still. Breathe into your back, your belly, your rib cage. And then flat back. And then we get ready to step back, be gentle, to downward facing dog again. Stepping all the way. Permission for any free movement that feels good, or be still. A few more moments here. Big inhale breath. Big exhale breath. And then we come down to our knees, keeping the toes tucked behind us. We can either sit on heels on our hips. Yeah, why don't we do that with our toes tucked? Yeah, that'll be good for today. And we can take our hands behind us for that clasp and kind of clasp the knuckles. So again, just stretching out the toes. I don't have all my toes on the mat. There we go. How to adjust the baby toes too. Stretching out your feet and your arches before we put our shoes on. Just a couple more breaths here. All right. And then let's go ahead and release our hands back to the mat and gently untuck your toes so that the tops of your feet are flat, and either pat them out or shake them out. Get that blood flowing again. And then we're going to sit back in bound angle pose, Baddha Konasana. That's just where we bring the soles of our feet together. And if you want to make it more gentle, you can push the heels further away and hold onto your legs. That's a very gentle. If you don't need it that gentle, you can pull your heels in closer or somewhere in between. Let the eyes fall closed now. And let's just be here for a few breaths. Let those thigh bones get heavy and drop towards the ground. Release the hips. Wherever you are in the very gentle version or in the traditional version, we will open our eyes. And then we're going to stretch out just the right leg. So as you can see, just the right leg. So my left one is like a half a bound angle pose. Just stretch out just the right leg and make sure your sitting bones are pushing into the mat. Reach up and fall forward gently. Grab anything you can. That could be your knee, your shin. You could hold your foot if you want. Last big breath in and out. And then we take it all the way up. Now bend that right leg. We did this last week. Hold on to your right foot. Either keep it halfway bent or stretch straight. Notice your posture. Nothing should feel like it's caving in or collapsing. So if it does, modify your pose. Good. And here we can actually take that. I'll turn this way. We can actually take the left hand to the outside of the foot and take the right hand either behind us or in a twist. You don't have to, that's just a little extra you can do. And back to the original position where we started and put the foot down. Let's switch now. So we'll stretch the left leg long and the right knee is bent. Reach up and fold. Touch anything, hold on to anything you can on this side. It might be different. This might be your tighter side. That's how I am on this side. Last big breath here. And then we take it up. Bend that left leg. Find the foot. Either keep it bent or try to stretch it. Straighten it. And nothing should be collapsing. Relax your shoulders. And I'll, again, turn this way. You can either stay here, what we're doing is fine, or you can take the half twist or the full twist. Left hand reaching back. Good. Last breath here. And then we come back where we started and put the left leg down. Stretch out both legs one at a time and give them a good old shake. Sit up, flex the toes, and reach up. Option here to make it super gentle by bending the knees as we fold forward. You can do that, make it super gentle or not. And then maybe straighten them after you fold. Here for 4 slow breaths. 1. 2. 3. 4. Reverse by rolling gently up. Make sure your heels are at the very top of your mat, depending on how tall you are. They might be past it. We're going to roll down slowly. I'm going to actually count to 4 for us to roll down. 1, 2, 3. Hang in there. 4. And release the body down. Big breath to come in. And a big exhale to go out. Good. Now gently draw your feet to the floor for a bridge pose. And we're going to go up and down 4 times. And then on the fifth breath, or the fifth one, we're going to hold the bridge. Your palms face down. Look up at the ceiling. Find a marker or a spot on the ceiling. We're going to inhale to lift the hips. Move gently and exhale to bring them back down. Tailbone down. Again, up. And again, the tip of your tail is probably the last thing to come down. Go again, up, down. And last one, up and down. Now get ready for your bridge. You'll come up. You can keep your palms where they are or interlace your hands underneath you or any other version. And in the bridge, I'll count slowly to 4. 1. Look straight up, please. 2. Maybe you want to lift the hips a little higher, maybe not. 3. Stay up for 4. And gently, be real gentle, real slow release yourself down. Now give yourself time to bring up one leg at a time. Wrap your arms over your legs and give yourself the biggest hug. Give yourself a well-deserved hug. You can even lift your head and nose towards the knees. Yeah, that's it. Give yourself the tightest hug you've had because you're worth it. And all the way down. Feet to the floor. Walk out those feet wide and windshield wiper your legs, nice and gentle. That just means we're letting the knees fall left. We're letting the knees fall right. You set your own metronome, your own tempo. And then the next time they fall right towards the right, I know they're not going to be on the ground. Just let them stay there and breathe. You can either look right or left, whatever feels good to your neck. And then come back up. Let your knees fall left. You can either look left or right. And all the way back up. Heel toe your feet closer again. And this time we're going to let the feet touch for the butterfly pose again. Pressing hands on the legs, on the thighs. You can slow down and just appreciate each breath here. And then one leg at a time, we're going to stretch them out. Arms are by our sides, away from our sides. Palms face up. And what we're going to do now is just move the head left and right. Wiggle out the toes and the fingers. And then we're going to come to the middle and just start to shimmy our shoulders, shake our legs, shake our hands. We're basically shaking the whole body. And you should even be making some noise, like I am. Just shake out. I hope I'm not making too much noise. Okay, just shake out your body and then let it stop. And let yourself melt towards relaxation, towards Shavasana. Let your eyes close, your palms face the ceiling, feet are flopped down. coming back to our true state, which is at rest, at peace, at ease. Finding that gentle rhythm, that gentle pace of breath. And again, my friends, I said this was going to be an open-ended Shavasana, and it is. So if you don't mind, use this time and decide when you want to come out of Shavasana. And I thank you for practicing with me. I know we're not together in the same room, but I feel like we're together. And I will see you all next time. Bye.